All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna start by what I'd like you to do first is we're gonna get that cream cheese mixture made up with, and then we're gonna put that aside just so that we haven't made a while. So if you can grab your cream cheese and your Parmesan peppercorn cheese ball mix, and if you need to soften your cream cheese a little bit, go ahead and do that. And we're gonna just stir that up and put that aside for the time being. And you can put it, like in the refrigerator if you want, or you can just let it sit out. And you'll need 1 block of cream cheese and 1 of the packets of the seasoning. So has anybody had any of these? I know, Gina, you've had these burgers before, some of these burgers before.
Yeah, Leanne and I both, I think, did the
Yeah,
burger
I think Leanne
last
did too.
time.
Yeah. And is everybody able to hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Great. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna hop over 1 more second and just see if there's anybody else trying to get in here. Katie, are you a guest of Tracy's, or who are you a guest of?
Kelly.
Kelly, okay. And she had the back surgery and everything, so
Yeah.
she might.
Yeah, she told me she wouldn't be here.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you were aware because I was like, ah.
And
All right.
Brenda's my guest, and
All
Stacy.
right. Hi, Brenda and Stacy. Nice to
Hi.
meet you.
And Steve and my husband is here helping.
That's awesome.
Our date night, I guess.
Yes, there you go. There you go. I have one person that I thought was going to be on. That's what I'm a little concerned about, and making sure she's. We'll work on a patty. We'll work on the first recipe. Then I'm going to put myself on mute and off camera, and then I'm going to run and grab my phone because I started this without having my phone on me. So, all right. So once you've done that, put that aside, and then we're going to move right into the Bayou Bourbon burgers. You will need measuring cups for this, and again, plastic wrap or wax paper, whichever, parchment paper, I should say, whichever you feel best with.
Okay, so that's mixed up.
And Katie, are you all using your your muffin tin again?
We will, yeah. We're planning on it.
Can you tell everybody about that? Because I think it's such a great plan.
Yeah. So when he makes them, he puts them in like mixes, obviously we mix up all the seasonings and everything and then uses the muffin tin to form the patties.
My favorite food is bacon.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. So we're gonna start with 2 pounds. I guess does anybody need more time with the Parmesan peppercorn? Need a few more seconds?
Yes, please.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. I felt like that's what I was seeing, but then I was like, should I move on or should I wait? Amber, are you there by yourself or are you there with your mom?
Mom here.
Hello.
Hi.
You guys are all going to be ready for Memorial Day and all kinds of picnic cooking moving forward. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started. If you would put 2 pounds of ground beef into your large mixing bowl.
Linda said they're over Kelly's for dinner.
Wanda, did you ask me a question?
No, I'm trying to figure out how to put mute because I'm in the car.
Oh, here, let me mute you. I can do
Okay.
it. You are now muted. So, all right. So once you have your 2 pounds of ground beef in your bowl, you're gonna also add one of your pack, and you might have done a larger container of the crispy fried onions, but you want 2.8 ounces of the crispy onions in the bowl.
That one, that one's fine.
Now, we're gonna be using ultimate steak seasoning in many of these, but we don't use a whole bunch of the ultimate steak. It does have sodium in it, so just be aware of that as well. So if you like to season your burgers with salt and pepper, just maybe use a little less of your salt, just so you're aware. And then for this Bayou Bourbon burger, we're gonna do 1/3 of a cup of your Bayou Bourbon glaze.
How much are the crispy fried onions?
How much? 2.8 ounces. So
Yeah, Kelly, I'm mixing my meat in Ziploc bags so that
nice.
my bowl stays like fresh. You know what I
That's
mean?
awesome. Yeah. So you're just mixing it all in the bag, and you can definitely do that as an option too. That's perfect. And then we are going to just do 1 teaspoon of your ultimate steak seasoning. Now, one thing before you open that all up, I like to shake it up so all the seasonings really blend together. So do that before you open that container. And I see Deborah has gloves on. If you like gloves, you're more than welcome to be using your gloves. Some people, I more like dig in and just like, here we go. So whatever works best for you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make it into 8 patties. And as Katie showed you, if you have a muffin tin, it's a great way to be able to have even sized patties. If you don't have that, one of the other options is if you have a peanut butter jar lid.
Oh, that's so smart.
Okay, you can always do it in this. You could put some plastic wrap down in it first, and then put your meat in there, and you'll get about the same, if you keep doing that, you'll have the same size patties.
I never thought of using something so simple.
I know, right? Well, for a while, we had out, so Tastefully Simple for a little while sold, we have a burger press. And for some of you, I know Gina and Leanne, you probably have this, so if you want to use it, you can. And it was you could do sliders with it. You could do the stuffed burger, push down, and make the indentation and everything. But if you don't have that, again, a lid of the peanut butter jar will work fine. Or like what Katie's family's doing is putting them in the muffin tin pan.
You said we're doing 8, correct?
Yes, the goal would be 8. I am going to hop off for just a minute and go get my phone to make sure that nobody's been trying to get a hold of me to get in here. All right. So I'll be right.
I'm making 4 very large burgers instead of 8 regular sized burgers.
Yum.
That works.
I figure my teenage boys will appreciate that.
Yeah.
They're going to eat 2 anyway.
That's exactly right, Stacy.
I remember that stage. Remember watching my son, we'd be making dinner and he'd be eating a sandwich. It's like, you're going to ruin your dinner. No, I'm not.
Okay. Like.
Katie, I love how you guys are making it a family affair. That's awesome.
Yeah, we also have two younger daughters, though. They're 1 and 3. So we all had to make sure that we got them to bed first before 7 o'clock because that was not going to fly with a toddler and baby running around.
That is true. You're very
But
wise.
big girl over here is very helpful, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Good to
Yeah,
cook
everybody
together.
eats, so everybody can help cook. That's for sure.
Yep, for sure. I did have one person ask me for the link, so I'm glad I ran and got my phone. So as I always mention, pick one of the burger recipes out that you're like, this is the one we're gonna have to have first. Don't bother putting it in the freezer and be ready to eat that one right away.
Yep,
So,
I'm making one tonight.
that's awesome. I love it.
We're 3
Yeah,
hours behind.
yes, I was gonna say Leanne's 3 hours behind us, and so that makes a lot of sense. And which one are you having tonight, Leanne?
I don't know. This one looks good. Maybe
Right.
this one. I don't know.
Yeah. And I will tell you, I just did mine tonight in the air fryer, and they were finished in 15 minutes.
Really?
So probably could have even been a little less, but I actually no, they were right about pretty perfect. So I did flip them once, and I did brush a little bit of extra Bayou bourbon on it once I flipped them. So
What temperature did you do him at?
it was full 425.
Yeah, I did my burgers from last month's meal prep in my air fryer and it
Yeah.
worked really well.
Yeah, and they stay so juicy. I was so impressed. So
Yes, it was good.
yeah, for sure.
It's a little bit bigger.
And then the thing that probably takes the longest on this is actually wrapping them. I feel like that takes longer than anything, making the patties and then wrapping them. So once you're finished, you're going to put them in your gallon size freezer bag. Make sure you have your label on there. And I would put the date that we've made these, just so you know, like I said, if it gets shoved underneath some things, you find it and you're like, oh, how long ago did we make those? At least you'll know. And then obviously with all of the the extra ingredients like the bacon and like for most of them it's like bacon at the end, the lettuce, the cheese, it's whatever you want to use on your burgers. So and I made an aioli sauce with mayonnaise and the Bayou bourbon glaze and put that on the toasted bun that I had tonight. So that was really good.
Good.
That sounds really good.
I know it's just a little extra a little extra for
Did you put any more seasoning in that sauce or
I
just?
did not. No, great question. Nope, just did a
sounds
little
good.
bit, and I didn't even measure. I just did, some
Yeah.
mayonnaise in and just did a little eyeball of, hey, here's a little bit. And you can always add more Bayou bourbon if you need it, but
Right.
it really was great. And then I just threw some lettuce on and then the burger and then a piece of bacon. I did a piece of bacon because I like bacon on all my burgers. So how's it coming?
Okay.
So Deborah, did you say you're doing 4 burgers instead of 8?
I am because my teenage boys lay like a
Mhm.
big
Mhm.
burger. So I figure that'll save me from rolling quite as many. I'm making like
Yeah,
bigger size ones.
that's perfect. Yeah. So Maddie, are you in school? No. Oh, you're muted again. So does anybody have Memorial Day parties planned for the weekend and next weekend?
We're gonna go to one on Saturday.
That's awesome. Well, you'll
My
have,
husband said our plans are to eat all these burgers.
there you go.
You could have some people over, Brenda, and have a
Yeah.
smorgasbord of burgers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we live in a 2-bedroom apartment. I think we take our burgers and go visit.
There
Okay.
you go. Just like, yeah, we're bringing the meat.
Yeah, we'll bring the food. We'll bring food.
We'll bring it for you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you will have, one thing that, to keep in mind is we're only going to be using a small amount of the classic ranch, but there are so many things that you can do with that classic ranch, like slice up little potatoes and sprinkle it with the classic ranch. Obviously, you can make it as dressing or as a dip. So if you're needing like a little veggie dip, just by using sour cream and the classic ranch, you can whip up a really quick, delicious dip for crackers, pretzels, carrots, celery.
The cheese. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so that's something to keep in mind too.
Okay.
Even if you're sprinkling it just on like French fries or tater tots, it's really yummy.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Are we ready for the next one?
Yeah, I am.
I'm not.
Okay. I know the biggest thing, the thing that's going to take the most time tonight is just, like I said, making those patties. So. And our next one will be the ultimate bacon barbecue burgers. If you haven't labeled your bag and you're ready to go on to the next one, make sure you label that bag. And you can also be tearing your wax paper or your parchment paper or plastic wrap. What is that? What is that?
A lip balm.
Oh, there you go. It's always important to have nice, soft lips, right?
We'll probably be using that one again.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the next one. So for the ultimate bacon barbecue burger, we're gonna need 1.5 pounds of ground beef. And then a 1/4 cup of the smoky bacon barbecue sauce. And then we're also going to be using 1.5 teaspoons of the ultimate steak seasoning.
Yeah, I'm good right now.
Now, it does say salt as desired, but to be honest, like I said, there is salt in the ultimate steak seasoning. So you might choose to just be like, that's plenty. I know that Maria and Dave Shepner, they will do their burgers with just even the seasoned salt. That they've used that instead, like sometimes instead of any other seasonings, and that's always real popular at their get-togethers. So
We had that for dinner tonight, just this burgers with just the seasoned salt, and they were delicious.
that always makes me happy to hear. So you are going to need 2 quart-sized bags as well as the larger bag for putting all the patties and everything in as well. So just when you're ready, you might want to grab those.
Some
And this
fine
time, what did you say? I'm sorry.
things are falling.
Oh, God love you. Did that just happen today, Maria?
Oh God, no, it happened like literally a couple days after I signed up for this, and I was like, oh.
Aw.
So they started ripping it out May 4th, And so we've spent a lot of nights eating out, and we still gotta obviously repair the wall, and
I love you.
so it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yes. So Maria is the director of special needs program at the school that I used to teach at. And so this is your last week, right, Maria?
Yeah,
So then it'll be even better.
much better after this.
Yeah.
Because Dave can then work on the repairing the wall, and then I gotta rip out the wallpaper and repaint and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Kitchen remodel that you were not planning. There you go.
That is the plan.
How's everybody doing? Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Very good.
All right. So once you make your patties, the other thing you're going to need to do is you're going to want 2 tablespoons of the smoky bacon barbecue sauce. You can put that either in a quart-sized bag, or if you have like a small container that you can put in the freezer, you can always add it to that, and then seal that up, and you'll be able to put that in the bag as well.
So we're not mixing that in with this?
So we did a 1/4 cup
Okay.
in, and then we're going to do 2 extra tablespoons separated. That we're
Okay.
just going to brush on at the end.
Okay, are we doing the ultimate bacon one right now?
We
Yeah.
are doing the ultimate bacon. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. All right.
Sorry.
Well, you said it and I couldn't remember.
Yeah, and so the reason that you're doing the 2 tablespoons of the sauce is you're gonna mix that with the mayonnaise, and you're gonna make like an aioli for it.
Okay.
That's why we're keeping out the
You
2
said
extra
that.
tablespoons.
That sounds good. Don't it?
Does the bacon go in it, or is that just a topping later? Where's the bacon coming in?
So the bacon, that's a great question. So the bacon is gonna be, you're gonna top the burgers with bacon. So that
Okay.
bacon can be just like frozen. You can do that
Okay.
later.
Very good.
And then the other thing is the barbecue sauce is a smoky bacon barbecue sauce.
Ah.
But yes, you're gonna need the bacon when you're ready to cook it. Or when you're ready to grill, I should say. And I know some people don't necessarily like to freeze the cheese, but you can. We have done that in workshops past. So in the second quart-size bag, you're gonna put your pieces of cheese in that freezer bag. And it says place the bacon in a quart-size freezer bag as well. So you kind of have like parceled out 3 different little, I think I said 2, but you need 3 of the quart-size bags. And then we'll put all of those quart-size bags in the larger bag with the burgers. I don't, even though it says here on the prep instructions, ultimate steak in with the smoky bacon barbecue sauce, I didn't do extra. I just do it in the burgers myself. So.
So
How are we doing? Everybody good?
first. Yes.
I feel like this is the one where there's not a whole lot of talking because everybody's just like, let me get these patties made. Let's get the
Yeah.
patties done.
With all of those. Yeah.
There's no time to drink wine, Kelly.
I know. You can take a break and drink some wine, Maria, if you need to.
You need to.
As needed.
As needed.
Brenda, how's your helper coming? Is he helping you out or did he leave?
He's being amazing. He's
Okay.
doing great here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, tag teaming it makes it go a lot faster, that's for sure.
Sure does. He's taking care of getting them all ready for me.
That's awesome.
I know, that's what I said, and then it'll go in the big bag with these quart ones.
So Deborah, which ones do you think your boys will think is the best? Which one will they like?
I think they're gonna like the stuffed burger because that's gonna be different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a lot of fun. And the cool thing with the stuffed burger is anytime, so every 6 months we change the cheese ball that we have out for our season. And so you can change this, you can, anytime you make a burger, you can always change the inside filling with something different.
Yeah.
So that makes it really fun. You know, you don't have to stick with the same one.
We did that, do you still have the red pepper?
We don't.
That was
No.
really good.
Yeah, it really was. You're right. We have if you wanted to do like a pizza, we have a Supreme pizza cheese ball.
Oh, really?
That was from the fall winter line, and that's still last I checked, it was still available. So you could do that one. Or you could even do like our artichoke and spinach warm cheese ball. You could do that one. So
Oh, that would be good. I never thought about doing the artichoke and spinach one.
yeah. Yeah. And then you'll have one extra artichoke, or you'll have one extra Parmesan peppercorn cheese ball. And so there's a number of recipes on our website for different ways that you can mix it up. One being you can take the little sweet peppers and you could slice those in half and then make the cheese ball and put some, put some of that in each cheese ball or in each pepper. Or you can serve it just as a regular cheese ball. You can even make it as a pasta sauce. So.
Yeah, I love that the cheese ball comes with 2 packages. So you can have
Right.
a traditional cheese ball and then
Exactly.
have something else different.
Yeah, like this, like a stuffed burger. So, and we do have a 6th recipe. We're just doing an extra recipe tonight. Normally we just do the 5, but I thought it'd be fun to have the slider recipe in there so that you can make the little sliders as you want. So. I should have like music or something going.
Yeah, we could just keep
I won't sing. Don't worry, I won't serenade you all.
bacon. We could actually just wait on the bacon too if you want. So.
All righty. How we coming along? Are we getting close for the 3rd recipe?
Right, we're just about there.
All right. Sounds great. Yeah, give me a thumbs up when you're getting close. Got Katie's got a thumbs up. I think Brenda has a thumbs up. Sheena too. Awesome. Yep. Okay, we're getting close.
I just love doing this because then I start the week feeling accomplished. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I've got something for tomorrow already. And then I
Exactly.
know I've got 4 more or 5 more in my freezer.
Yeah.
So that when I'm like, oh, I don't know what to make, it's like everybody always likes burgers.
Yep. I agree. I agree. Yeah. And I did I bought some chicken up too and I just put stuff in. I just was like, I'm prepping for the week. Let's get some things made. So I'm ready to roll. Right. So our next recipe that we'll be making when you're ready is going to be our bacon ranch cheeseburgers. So
Where does the bacon come in?
so at the end, it's going to be a topper.
Oh, okay.
So it's a topper. Yep. So like I said, a lot of these were just like off to the end. You'll put it on as you
Oh,
finish the
just fry
burger.
bacon and then, okay.
Yeah. So you could, if you have your bacon already, you can throw it in a quart-sized bag and then just seal it and then put it
Okay.
in with these. So
Whoops.
maybe.
It's ranch mix.
Okay, so is everybody ready to go on to that one, or should I wait a little longer?
Almost ready.
Okay, almost ready. Okay, almost ready. Maddie's got a thumbs up. She's ready to roll. Okay, we got you. All righty. Okay, so our next one, this one only called for a pound of ground beef, but I added an extra half a pound. So we're gonna do 1.5 pounds on this. Just because I feel like we need more we need 6, not 4, so. Or we need 4 big ones, right?
Right.
Why are some of the recipes 2 pounds and some are 1.5 pounds? Just out of curiosity.
That's a great question. Probably, I will say that it probably was when they were written, based off of what meal kit they were in. That for a while we were just like, oh, let's just do 6, and then some of them we like with the sauces, it was to use up the sauce and make sure that everybody had used up their sauces. To be honest, so there's really no rhyme or reason to it.
Okay.
But I do believe it was when the recipes were written and what meal kits, because we've in the past had like 6 different meal kits every season, and so but they've been going for probably 10 years now that we've had meal kits. So I
Okay.
think it was whoever wrote them that time. So
So we doing a pound and a half, you say?
yeah, we're gonna do a pound and a half, and then you're gonna do we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of the classic ranch. And so with this one, if you take the cap and you just fill it halfway full, that will be 1 tablespoon. And then
Did you
I
put
would
a little
say,
bit more in because you're using another half of,
if you want to put a tiny bit more in, yeah, I wouldn't go too. It's got a pretty good flavor to it,
Uh-huh.
pretty good amount. And you are going to be using a little bit more for when you mix it in with some mayo. So
okay. I'm just gonna do the 4. It's just Mike and I.
okay. Like I said, I'm always kind of on the edge of, adding a bunch of salt and pepper because the seasonings do have such a good flavor and, a strong enough flavor. But if you do feel like you love salt and pepper in yours, then go ahead and salt and pepper your burgers. And then we are just going to wrap these separately, and then I'll give you the details on like the bacon and all the other stuff that you need.
All right, so what are we putting in this next one?
So this is the bacon ranch cheeseburgers, and all you're going to do for right now is a pound and a half of the ground beef, and then a tablespoon to a little bit extra, maybe you can do this pinch more of the classic ranch, and then if you want to salt and pepper them, and then just form them into 6 patties.
Okay, gotta get my classic range open. There we go.
Okay. And I pulled up some different recipes that you could use for the classic ranch. There's a bacon, I'm sorry, a baked ranch chicken recipe. There's a pork chop recipe that uses the classic ranch. There's even a star-spangled flag dip. So lots of different ways that you can mix this up for additional yumminess. I like it in chicken pita pockets. So for lunch, I'll make it as like a chicken salad with it and then stuff pitas with it.
That would be good. Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's very tasty. Now this is going to be a cheeseburger. So again, if you'd like to put your cheese in a quart-size bag, if you already purchased that, you can put those in the quart-size bag. If you want to put pieces of parchment paper between them, that's fine. But you could always just do it at the end, right when you're getting ready to, to grill. And you will need the bacon is for when you're grilling, or as you have it grilled, because it'll be a topper on the burger.
Okay.
And the only other thing that you'll need for this one will be you'll do 1.25 tablespoons of classic ranch in a quart-size bag. And the reason for that is you're going to go ahead and mix that in with mayonnaise when you're ready to serve it. Does Nevaeh sleep in there, Leanne? Yeah.
Yeah, she's sleeping.
I saw that head kind of like, I was like,
She's
I think
just
she's
hanging
sound
out there
asleep.
Where's
Works well.
everyone else?
outside.
Oh,
So Leanne, is that number 4 or
Yeah, number
Three.
4.
so Gina and Leanne? Leanne is Gina's daughter. So that's why she said, where are the rest of them? Because she knows that there's grandchildren somewhere in the house. So
yeah, it's so quiet. I'm like, okay, where is everybody?
Not very quiet here.
So what's everybody doing to make their patties?
I'm using my pampered chef thing.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay.
My pampered chef press is at my daughter's, so I'm using my.
Isn't this one of yours, Cal?
Yeah, that's ours. Yeah. Somebody else has got pampered chef. Yep.
I'm just smashing them with my hand and kind of going around, and
That works
tuck and
too.
roll.
Tuck and roll.
That's what I'm doing. See, everybody will know they're homemade then.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's all
Makes
perfect.
them
That's perfect.
rustic. That's what I like to think of them as.
Yes, there you go. There you go.
That's the only way my mother will do a hamburger patty. She doesn't like the burger presses.
Yeah. I think with the peanut butter lid though, that kind of still gives you, I mean, it gives you a more uniform size, but
Yeah.
it's definitely can still be kind of your own homemade look. So
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Peanut butter with it.
mhm. So we are gonna wait, just so everybody knows, we're gonna do the stuffed burger last.
We got
Just so that as we're putting those together, as people get finished, they can kind of be going off on their own. So we will jump just as you finish, we're gonna jump to the Bayou Bourbon cheeseburgers after this classic ranch one. But yeah, Stacy, I totally think it was just has to do with the fact of when these recipes were written. They were just different times. How's everybody doing? Good?
The Parmesan ones are sticking to the hamburger press.
Are you already on that one?
Isn't that what we're doing? What is,
We're
no,
just- we're-
the ranch ones seem to be sticking. I don't know if it's the ranch or what that's making it stick.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if it's just like more of a clumping maybe?
Yeah.
I use a little bit of garlic oil just to
Oh.
grease stuff up before I use it. So when I'm pressing the patties in here, it pops right out.
Okay.
That's awesome. What's your name? I forget your name again. I'm sorry.
Brandon.
Brandon. Okay. Hi, Brandon. Besides being dad, right?
Yes.
Brandon. No, not just dad, super dad. I saw that on the shirt. So. That's a great tip. So Maria, did you hear that?
I did. Maybe before, well, since we're in the middle of it at this point, maybe next time.
You know, the other reason, Maria, is this one doesn't have any sauce and the other ones did.
Yeah, maybe that was it. The other ones, the sauce totally allowed it
Mhm.
to come out easily.
Yeah. Alrighty. Are we good on moving? Are we still on Classic Ranch or are we ready to move on?
Last patty, almost ready.
All right.
The stuff.
Right. More
So
partial.
Yeah.
More of the pieces.
All right. So like I said, we're going to be doing the Bayou
This is
Bourbon
your favorite.
cheeseburgers.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. And this one's going to be 2 pounds of ground beef again.
So we're getting ready to start the Bayou Bourbon bacon
Yes, we're gonna
cheese.
we're skipping the stuffed burger till last. We're gonna do
Okay.
the Bayou Bourbon cheeseburgers. And really the big difference with this one is this one's gonna have cheese and we're gonna do the onion, the French's crunchy onions on top when you bake it, or like after you've grilled it, not bake it. If you've grilled your burgers, then that's gonna go on as a topper. It's not mixed into the burger like the original one. So. And this one also is going to get the bacon. This is the one that gets the 2.5 or 2.8 ounces of the bacon bits that you're going to mix right into the mix. And it is half the container of the I read that wrong. Half of the onions, the fried onions too. So. So 2 pounds of ground beef, half a cup of Bayou Bourbon, one of the packs of mini bacon bits, and then half of one of the packages of onions. And then you're just going to mix that together and form your patties. And this one says 6 patties. Again, if you wanted to make 8 patties, or if you'd like for Deborah, like she said, she makes 4 big patties. However it works for you, that's what you want to do. And if you need a wine break, like Maria, take a wine break. I'll drink my water. So you drink your wine, I'll drink my water. And then what's going to happen here is with this one, even though it doesn't say it on here, you're going to put your cheese on when you're grilling, as you grill, the last couple of minutes. And like I said, you can put that in in a quart-sized bag if you want, or if you prefer not to freeze it and you want to just keep it in your fridge, that's fine too.
More.
And for some reason on my directions, I did not add the cheese, and it's a cheeseburger. So I do apologize about that. Being left off
It's
again.
last minute cooking. It says it on there.
Does it? Okay. Because I was like, did I totally forget that?
It's not in the freeze part, but it's in the cook part.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
What,
That's good.
what kind of cheese
Like-
is it?
I was like, oh no. What kind of cheese? Is that what you asked me?
Yes.
So for this one, I believe it was the American.
I'm sorry, can you say this recipe again when you have a second? My computer crashed.
Sure, no worries, no worries. So let me repeat that and then I'll tell you, Maria, about the cheese. So you're gonna need 2 pounds of ground beef,
Sure.
half a cup of Bayou bourbon, 1 pack, like 1 bag of the bacon bits,
Check.
and then for the French's fried onions, just do half of that container. Yeah, and then you're gonna do the other half. So do half of it actually in the mix. I reread it, and then do the other half on top, like when you cook it.
So half of that container.
So I did change that a little bit. And then this is the one that you'll do cheese as you are, as last couple minutes and you're grilling. And Maria, I'm double checking that recipe for which cheese it is. It seems like it would probably be the, actually I said American, but I think it's the cheddar because we did extra on the cheddar. So let me verify that. I think I would remember this, but I don't. And really, when you're doing these, if you have a cheese that you like better than another, you can use whatever you want actually, but obviously that's the good thing about all these, that you can always change it up. If you prefer turkey burgers over ground beef, you can always do that as well.
You ever use ground chicken for a burger?
I have not, and I was thinking that I was like, I should try it because it's
It would be
healthy
very dry unless you got ground chicken that had skin in it.
okay, that's a good
Like
point, 'cause
ground
it's so
up in it. It
lean.
would be
Yeah,
it would be very dry burger.
Yeah, that would
that's a good point.
probably not be
But you
good
could
then.
do like half and
Yeah.
half or something.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know.
Right. So Maria, it is the cheddar. It's the 6, you need the slices of cheddar cheese for this one.
Okay.
So thank you for asking that. And if you end up being burgered out by the next time, June 9th I'm just going to do our little plug for our next meal prep workshop. On June 9th, we're going to be doing the outdoor griddle meal prep workshop. So we'll do 5 meals. And even if you don't have one of the Blackstone, like whatever griddles those are, if you don't have one of those, these are all meals that can be done on your stovetop as well. So that'll be our next one coming up.
Cool. I thought of French's onions in.
You know yet what recipes you're gonna make on that one, or while we're doing all this?
Yeah, I can pull it up actually for you. Let me do that.
If everybody's
you
ready to
were
move on, we don't have to do it right now.
I think people are still making some patties. So I'm gonna
So
go
we're good.
pull it. I'll
Alright,
pull
so
the image up. I'm gonna go off camera for just a minute, okay?
wait, the only thing we're putting in this is the glaze right now, and then we're making the patties and the other stuff goes on it when we cook.
No, you should have a bag of bacon bits.
Yeah,
Put that in the mix.
okay.
And then I checked on the prep instructions again, and it is take half of your 2.8 ounces of the fried onions and put those in the mix too.
So put
So
it in, okay,
so you're gonna do half of it, and then the other half after you grill it, use it as a topper on your burger.
Oops.
Okay. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna pull that sheet of recipes for it.
I'm sorry. You just. Oh.
Anybody else getting carpal tunnel from all the rolling?
Yeah, I'm still looking for it. So I will pull that up and tell you in just a second. I thought it was a handy spot on my computer and it wasn't saved where I thought it was, so. I
You
will
said
pull
that's
it-
on the 9th.
Yeah, it's always a Sunday night. Do Sunday nights work for all of you? Does that feel like a good time?
Typically, I don't know if I'll be back in town by that time, but I could
Right.
maybe go get the kit and do it myself.
Okay, and I always do record it now, so you can always, catch. I will send that out to everybody.
So
So
when you set that time,
it's always 7 to 8 on like whatever Sunday we're doing it.
thank you.
So
If we did that with the other ones that were.
so we're gonna be making for that one, it's gonna be a bacon barbecue, chicken and bacon or bacon and chicken sandwich. We'll be doing a hibachi style Bayou chicken fried rice.
Ooh.
We're gonna do mom's favorite Supreme Crunch wraps. So it's more of a taco meal. And then a sausage and tortellini stir fry. And then the last meal that we'll make is the ultimate smash burger. So a couple of chicken dishes, a sausage recipe, ground beef, and then only one burger that time.
All right, send me that information and then I'll check my calendar.
Sounds great. Everybody doing okay? All right.
Kelly, while you were off, I asked if anybody else was getting carpal tunnel from
Yeah,
all
I
the
heard you say
rolling.
that. Sorry. It's a lot of work pressing, you're right. Yep.
Just think, for the next 5 times we get burgers, we won't have to do any rolling. We'll just pop them out.
You won't even have to think about it. That's the thing that's so wonderful.
Just get a couple out for us, we can do
Which one? Which one?
any of them that have wax paper between them. So I'm fine.
Oh, when we want to keep.
Wanda, I'll answer, it's 5 business days after the 15th and 5 business days after the last day of the month. She asked me a question about paydays. Sorry. Brandon, I think that's a brilliant idea. Thanks for sharing that. So are you a chef or no? Just tricks of the trade. That's smart.
Nope, not a chef.
No?
I do computer engineering.
Okay.
And I like to grill stuff.
That's cool.
And cook stuff and
Yeah. Yeah, we have, like I said, the 9th, and then I don't remember the date for July. Those it'll be like chill out meals, so a little less for kitchen, making it so that your kitchen doesn't get all heated up. And then in August, we're actually going to do a summer slow cooker workshop. So it'll be meals that you can do in the slow cooker since school goes back for some people, and it's still pretty hot for most people, so it keeps the kitchen cool. So.
I just saw a fly by mommy's phone, but then it flew away.
All right. So we are going to do the last thing that or not the last thing, but we're going to go ahead and for those of you that are interested in the bonus burger, we're going to do that as we'll do that as the very last thing we do. So we'll go ahead and jump into well, let me ask you, do you want to do the stuffed burger first or do you want to do the sliders first?
Whichever.
Have a preference?
Never.
I said we go for the stuff.
Get the stuff done. Okay. And that way, if anybody wants to skip the sliders, they can. I think probably everybody bought the meat though. So what we're gonna do in this one is, you've already made the mixture, the cheese ball mixture. So in a large bowl, you're gonna need 2 pounds of ground beef and 1 teaspoon of your ultimate steak seasoning. Mix that together, and then we're gonna make them into 12 like hamburger balls. So you'll need 12 patties is what we'll eventually have. Okay. The reason we're going to do 12 is because we're going to be, you're going to stuff it. The stuffing's going to go in the center. So 12 patties is what you're looking to do.
Can you say what gets mixed in there one more time again? Sorry.
Sure, no worries. It's just going to be a teaspoon. All we're going to do in this one is we're just 2 pounds of ground beef and 1 teaspoon of the ultimate steak seasoning. Because really where your flavor is going to be coming from is the cheese ball itself. And this is going to be making 6 patties. So that's why we're doing 12 burger patties, and we'll end up with 6 burgers in the end. So unless you're like Deborah, who wants to make really big ones and then just only make 8.
Yeah, that's what I did. I did 8 bigger ones.
And so usually what we do is on this one, that's where having the cutting board out, it's nice to be able to lay these, together. So you have 2 patties, you can just flip one over onto the other after you put your cheese ball in it. And one of the things that I suggest doing is I use the bottom of a cup. I put plastic wrap on it, and then I just push on one of the patties. I push down on it to kind of make a little divot so that you can put the cheese ball mixture in there. One thing I will tell you is when you eat these, be very careful when you bite into them because the cream cheese mixture gets really hot.
Yeah.
And I think Gina, you'll agree. It's like you bite into it, and it's like, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
My
So
husband, I don't know if I like the stuffed burgers because he always burns his mouth.
yeah, so just be careful with it.
But they taste so good.
They do taste so good. Oh, so delicious.
Tormenting me with that baby. I just want to hold her.
No. When are you going back out? Anytime soon?
We just went out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're gonna move back. Well, they're gonna move to Virginia Beach area
Oh, that's a lot
in
closer.
October. So yes, they'll be a lot closer.
Will he still be in the military?
Yeah.
2 pounds? Use those sliders.
Yeah. Yeah, almost half pound. They were like 7 ounce, 7.
Oh, no, these are stuffed.
Oh.
That 85-15 meat or 90-10?
85-15. A little shrink down.
So one of the things I like to use with the ultimate steak seasoning is I like to do Brussels sprouts with it. I don't know that I've ever told you all that, but I think that is like a great way to use your ultimate steak. I know it seems like you should only be doing it on meats, but it is great on broccoli. It's great on Brussels sprouts. So if you're looking to try using that in a different way, definitely put that on your list of ways to use that. So. And you don't have to just use it on steak and beef. You can always use it on chicken as well. So,
It is very good on a steak though.
yes, it is very good on a steak.
I didn't realize I wasn't muted. Here I am having a conversation.
That's okay.
You're totally fine.
The ultimate steak seasoning is really good on, I like to use it on asparagus. So yeah, like
Yeah.
on all my vegetables. I love it on my vegetables. like whenever I roast them in the oven or on the grill.
Yeah, I agree with you. I
Favorite way
feel, what were you gonna say, Maria?
My favorite way to roast the veggies is with the rustic herb.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
Yeah. That one has, I just marinated some chicken tonight with that, so.
That's one I haven't used much.
It's got a rosemary and thyme. It's a rosemary and thyme is the blend, the main blend of those. So if you're not a fan of that, then you're not gonna really love that necessarily.
It's great on potatoes.
Yes.
I was just gonna say, I put rosemary and thyme on roasted potatoes, so.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
good on that.
I have to,
You can always make like compound butters with a lot of these different seasonings. Just by softening some butter and then mixing it in, and then I just reform it into like, like a log butter. And then it's perfect just to keep in the fridge for like when you want to throw it on some vegetables and saute them, or if you are like doing like a butter bar for baked potatoes, or any of those kind of things. So
okay.
that's something to keep in mind as well. Gina, that was smart to have them all, have them all ready to roll.
Yeah, it's just, you have to be able to have the patience with your cleaner out.
I know, isn't that the truth? So does everybody understand, like with is anybody at the point where you're stuffing your burgers yet?
I could be.
Yeah, you're good. You're all good. Brandon, you got it.
Mhm.
Katie, you got it. Okay. Yeah, so just make it, like I said, make a small impression on one of the patties and then put a dollop of the mixture into it and then press your other one, put your other burger on top and then just kind of pinch around the corners of it so that you're smash the patty together. Great terminology, right? Just smash the burger together. You got it.
Right.
Crimp the corners, I guess, or the edges. And Maria, you've got that pressed so that you can just push on that one side, it actually presses down on the patty and makes the indentation for you.
That cream cheese.
And Parmesan. Next.
Brenda, how you holding up over there?
Good. We're getting it done.
Yeah. Miss Stacy, are you doing well too?
Yep, doing fine.
That's awesome. Great. Amber, I know you're a pro, so I'm sure you're keeping your mom in line.
Where we're going?
What? Where you going?
I said we're going. We're doing it.
You're going, making it happen.
Are we still forming the patties, the 12 patties, or have we started adding in the cheese yet?
You can kind of work at your own pace.
Okay.
So if you're
How much
ready,
do we add?
so if you're ready to put your patty or the cream cheese mixture in the center, you just know that you want to mix it. You want to make sure that you have enough for each of the patties.
Okay.
So you're going to do a total of 6 patties. So you had probably 12 actual patties formed, but you'll make 6 burgers.
Okay.
So. And then if you have any of the cream cheese mixture left over, you can always just use that as a little snack this week. So. And again, this one, I know this workshop's taking a little longer than normal, but like it takes a little while for the patties. So I apologize. That's more than an hour this week.
How many meals we got?
And Maria, are you going to have any of these for the pool parties or are you keeping them for you and Dave?
Oh, I'll definitely have it for the pool parties. Once we get the kitchen back in order and then we can, it's
That's
honest, the kitchen's not the worst part because like, obviously if we're grilling and stuff, that's outside, but the problem is everything that was in this cabinet that's on this dead wall here and
Yeah.
everything that was on a flat surface in here is now all in my living room and dining room.
Yeah.
Makes it hard when you're having people over because it's just, everything's just in disarray.
Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine.
But we'll figure it out. Once school's out, then I can at least start really attacking it and trying to put it back together.
Exactly. You'll got it. You've got this. At least it's the end of the school year now. So Deborah's got a new set of gloves. You must be ready to roll with your next round. Are they coming together, everybody?
Getting our last one. You just take a little while.
Yeah, they do.
With this.
I didn't even offer to give everybody a break. I'm like a little like
Task,
Get them all in.
yeah, I was gonna say I haven't even said, hey, does anybody need a break? Something about that.
that's all right. We're all big people. We can take a break if we need it.
Yes, I'll figure it out as you need it.
Yeah.
Hey, are you helping her? No. Deborah, put him to work.
He just got home from work.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, that's fair. That's fine then. You're gonna have great grilling here very soon.
Great grilling, that's right.
Yeah, yep. What did people think of the last meals? Did anybody, because a number of you are back this month, did anybody make any of those great grilling meals yet?
What'd you guys do?
I did the
So-
lemon pepper chicken one. And I
Yeah.
did it in a skillet like a stir fry because I didn't have kebabs. And
Yeah.
my family loved that one.
Yeah, it's got a great flavor, I think. Yeah.
We've ate all of ours.
Which one was the favorite, Amber?
It was the one she was just talking about with the peppers and stuff. I also did it like a stir fry instead of kebabs.
On the griddle?
Yep.
I figured. I was trying to, Gina, you asked me what they were, and off the top of my head, I don't remember which ones we made. I'll tell you in a second.
Oh, that's fine. You said they were grilling.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
was we have one that's called the Great Grilling Kit. So it had we didn't actually do this one, but there was a quesadilla in there. There was a hot dog recipe in there, a pub burger. And the one that they were talking about was the lemon pepper, chicken and veggie kebabs. So
Those sound good.
yeah, they are good. They were very good. I was pulling up the recipe so I could tell you what they were.
Is that a meal kit?
That was one of our meal kits, yes. That is one of our meal kits. We did a grilled turkey tenderloin, the sweet heat pork chops. Sweet heat's a new sauce for the season.
That's spicy.
Do you think it's real spicy? Like Amber and Deborah? I think it's got a mustard base to it. I don't feel like it's so super hot, but that's just in my mind. But it does have a little heat.
I
in my
like
mind.
the sweet heat pork chops. I didn't think it was too hot.
No. So those were some of the ones that we made. Did anybody do the tilapia? We didn't do it as a freezer meal, but did anybody go back and do that lemon pepper one as a tilapia? I was just wondering.
Probably good.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just trying to think how many more.
All right. So we are going to be on our last burger here.
Boy,
Once you have those patties made up. And these are going to be the sliders. So this is just a bonus recipe that I thought, well, hey, you've got the sauce, so why not do it? Would anybody like me to send off some chicken recipes to go along with like your classic ranch and your ultimate steak seasoning?
sure.
I could just send you a couple extra recipes.
That would be awesome, thank you.
Yes, please.
Sure. That sounds great.
Chicken or pork or
Yeah. I'll
whatever.
just pull some extra recipes that for the seasonings that you have. That way, you can use them up and do it more than just for the burgers. So, but this one we wanted to kick off summer with having all kinds of burgers made
Yeah.
up, ready to roll, You just
Yeah,
have to
that's
add your
nice.
sides and do some grilling. So. All right, so the last one that we're going to be doing is our the smoky barbecue sliders. And these are going to be, you're going to do 1.5 pounds of ground beef. So it should be the ground beef you have left. This one is going to take the one package of the crispy fried onions, so 2.8 ounces of that. And then 1 teaspoon of ultimate steak seasoning.
Fried onions. Use the last.
They didn't have the little packages that I saw.
Yeah.
And then this one's going to call for 1/4 cup of the smoky bacon barbecue sauce. Now, what I will tell you with this one is if you want to mix this all up, and then if you want an easy way to do this, you could put it in just a freezer bag and get the meat all flattened out. And then you can kind of score burgers with either using your hand or using like a ruler and just kind of push down on it and make your 12 patties that way. And then just freeze them like that. And then as the time comes when you defrost it, just tear the bag open and you've got your burgers all squared off and ready to roll.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. And then this one, obviously, it's going to be on like slider buns. You're going to do like the smaller buns for this one as well. Now, this one I suggested, the recipe calls for the cheese. Like if you have a cookie cutter, if you want to make them into stars and make it like if you were doing them for, like Memorial Day or something like that. But obviously you can just take a piece of cheese and, cut it in half and be good with it that way too. So if you don't want to do if you don't want to do a star piece of cheese, so. And if anybody needs me to repeat that recipe, because some of you might have still been doing the prepping for your for your stuffed burger, that's fine. Just let me know how to repeat. And then all of you have to go and rest your wrists after this. We've done for a while. No more burgers. I'm dreaming of burgers tonight. You'll all be like, oh, that's a lot of burgers. So I will do, like I've done in the past, what I do with this recording is I will go ahead and put it I'll upload it to YouTube, and then I'll have the YouTube link. I'll send it to the Tastefully Simple consultant that invited you, and then they will get it out to you along with some extra little recipe links that if you want to try with either the pork or the beef or chicken, so that you can have some different ways to use your seasonings. So I'll get those out to you, and I'll have that out by Tuesday. I'll have that out.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. I really hope that you enjoy these meals.
I'm sure we will.
Yes.
We were visiting our son and daughter-in-law and grandchildren this weekend.
That's
Grandson.
awesome.
My son, I told him what we were doing. He wanted to know what kind of burgers, and he was like, that one sounds good.
Well, if he decides he needs the sauces and everything, you know, definitely,
Absolutely.
you can get those sent out, and you got the links and everything. You can always say, here, make these meals.
Yeah,
Or you can invite him to the June 9th one when we do the griddle one.
there you go.
So, yeah. And feel free. That's for all of you. If you're coming to one of our workshops and you're like, oh, so and so would love this, don't hesitate to let the consultant that invited you know that you've got somebody else that's wanting to join us. The more the merrier. So we're always happy to have people join us. So. And even if they can't join us while we're doing it, you can always go back and do, the replay.
Okay, so we just need to score that.
All right. Does anybody have any questions for me about any of these or any of the cooking instructions? Grilling, I should say, grilling instructions. No?
We're good with it.
Well, like I always suggest, leave one of them out, one of the meals out. So one of the sets of burgers out and put the rest in your freezer. At least you'll have the one ready to go, whichever the first one is that you're going to cook with. Has anybody made their decision, their final decision of which one you're going to do first?
Zach just put the Bayou bourbon cheeseburgers on the grill.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Deborah, which one did you say you're going to do first? Have you decided?
Yeah, I actually have the last burgers from the last meal prep, the pub burgers, I think.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
thawing out for tomorrow.
Okay,
So,
that's awesome.
yeah.
You're going to do that one first then. Yeah. Brenda, how about you? Do you all know which ones you're going to do first?
I don't think we know yet,
Yeah.
so yeah. But
Anybody
what's
else wanna-
nice is because we have the wax paper between them, if it's just the two of us, we can just grab a couple out and go.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That is the nice part of that.
Yeah.
Yep. Brandon, that's so brilliant. I love that. Stacy, Amber, Wanda. Well, I know Wanda, I know how you're here right now, but and Maria, which ones are you all making first? And Katie and Brandon too.
I haven't quite decided yet.
Gina, do you
For
know
us,
which one
it's
you're
gonna
gonna
be
do
the
first?
bacon barbecue, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we love that. That's so funny. That bacon barbecue sauce, for the longest time, I never used it. I was always like, oh, we have this sauce that we love, this barbecue sauce. And then we ended up using that one. And now I'm just like, I can't even believe I wasted so much time not using that because it's just so good. So,
We might try the ranch one, bacon ranch or whatever.
yeah, just for something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many?
It's supposed to be
Alrighty.
12, so.
So 4.
That's perfect. And did anybody need me to repeat about the putting it all in one bag and kind of flattening it out?
We're doing that right now.
Okay. Yeah, just kind of try to, don't make it too thin, but try to flatten it out and then just kind of score it so that when you're ready, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
I appreciate all of you coming to here tonight, and I hope that you love the burgers. And again, keep in mind, not November, June 9th will be our next. Yeah, I'm pushing way far ahead.
Don't
Maria
take
would
our
be
summer
already-
away from
Yeah,
us.
right. I was gonna say Maria would be already finished with summer break and almost to Christmas break.
We'll see how
Definitely
the
not
kids
something.
looks at that point and then decide.
Yes. Yeah. Well, by that point,
Break 'em apart.
hopefully it's all finished. So yeah. Yeah. So, but again, June 9th will be our next one, and that'll be the outdoor griddle. So
Okay.
Thank you.
yeah, thank you so much. I'm gonna stop the recording now.